So today we are going to talk about differentiation. How do we differentiate our product or service before going to the market or even after being launched in the market? We have seen in ICP profiles and competitive analysis that differentiation is very much important to our product or service. What's the reason that a customer would like to buy from us but not from any other service provider in the same market? So it means we need to differentiate, we need to sell it on some different scale or pitch with some distinctive either features or pricing or some location benefits. So there could be a number of things which can be added in your differentiation strategy. So this differentiation exercise actually brings you to a level where you are going to define how I will be different from other competitors or players in the same market. When you are dealing in a crowded market, this is very much important for you to be differentiated in some aspect, whether it's your pricing or your offering or it's your channelization or anything else. But this is a dream of each company to look differentiated from others. The point is, are you ready to pay the price for being differentiated and very different? So that's a question mark. We need to assess that pricing value or costing value as well. Other than that, we will also have to look at other parameters that whether this differentiated part would be increasing or contributing to a specific percentage of my revenue. If not so, then in some cases, this differentiation may not be necessary or effective for my business setup. So let's have a look at the differentiation playbook and see why should we achieve this goal, what are the learning outcomes of this exercise, and what will be the outcome for you to do this exercise. So please look at your screens. This differentiation playbook defines that you will have to identify and assess differentiation strategies across the key business areas. You have to measure cost implications and revenue potential of differentiation. You have to ensure long-term competitive advantage using trust, relevant, and provable strategies. And develop a roadmap for implementing and sustaining differentiation. So by the end of this exercise, you will be able to clarify on unique positioning and market differentiation. You can also understand the financial trade-offs in your differentiation. That's what we just talked about, that once we make a cost-benefit analysis after incorporating or intention to incorporate the differentiation, we'll be in a better position whether we have to go for this or not. Ability to sustain uniqueness against competitors and creation of an actionable differentiation strategy. After learning all of these things, there are a few tips for you. While attempting this playbook, you have to be objective in self-assessment. Use data and competitor insights for accuracy. And we already have gone through the competitor analysis where we have talked about different parameters and data points through where we can easily judge whether this is a distinctive feature of the competitor or not, and these are their strengths or weaknesses or their USPs, and where we have to play in the market either with the same positioning or something different. Then prioritize sustainable and hard to copy strategies. For instance, you are trying to incorporate a very unique differentiation strategy, and it is bringing a lot of effort, time, energy, resources. But what happens when the same strategy within couple months is being copied by your competitor? So we need to cope up with this challenge as well. Balance cost and ROI before following differentiation strategy. So we have broken down all these differentiation strategies in 7 major categories. Which categories? Let's have a look. Product and service differentiation, customer-centric differentiation, market positioning and branding differentiation, pricing and financial differentiation, operational and strategic differentiation, thought leadership and expertise differentiation, and competitive market differentiation. So you see that we are not talking only about product or value innovation. We are talking about number of other parameters which can be incorporated within your business to stand you out, to make you something different in the market in the eyes of the customer. Before going to these categories and subcategories, let's have a look what type of information we have to put in when we are trying to be differentiated. So first of all, for the very first category, you can see the product and service differentiation, and we are defining some scoring scale. For instance, this scale can be from 1 to 5, where you are standing at very first stage and you are meeting the industry standard. But at the fifth stage, you are going to disrupt the industry with your innovation or your competitiveness or your differentiation. So this is very subjective, and you will have to objectify this by introducing your own scaling over here, but within 1 to 5, so that you could see where does your company stand or it wants to be there within next couple of months or quarters. Then you see there is another column, increase in operating expense. As we talked about earlier, that whenever you are trying to introduce a differentiating part in your business, this is most of the time bringing you another cost. It can be a huge financial cost or a very pretty lower cost. So we have to calculate this cost as well. And for that, we have given you a hint, like for instance, it could be around 5% cost to 15% cost in your R&D investment. And we have to see the projected outcome as well. That before going into the market and once you have launched this differentiation, then you will have to study what type of outcome you are expecting. Of course, before launching this differentiation or applying this differentiation, we will have to study what will be the outcome of this differentiation. Will it contribute to the revenue increase of my company? Against what cost it will be bringing me some value? So we make an estimate, like it could be 10 to 30% efficiency or revenue growth within my company startup. Then you see that is it a claimed or hypothetical differentiation, or is it really true? That's what we need to ensure. How much relevant is this differentiation to my customers? For instance, if we claim that we are providing our certain type of services through some AI tools, then does it make any difference to our customers? Because what they are looking for is the real outcome and real difference in their businesses because of our services. If we are providing it through AI or some other thing, it doesn't matter to the customer. They just need value for their business or their personal pain points. For this purpose, we have to ensure whether this is relatable or not. Provable. Whatever we are claiming, is it provable to the customers or not? Then, as we talked about earlier, likelihood of being copied by the competitor. How complex or how simple process is there behind this all differentiation? Is it going to be easily followed and copied by the competitor, or there is going to be some difficulty for them to copy this? For how long we can sustain the uniqueness in this differentiation? And what is our strategy to sustain this differentiation over a longer period of time? So you see, we have divided this differentiation part into number of factors, number of data points. And we do not ask you to fill all of these parameters. Fill as much as you can, study as much as you can, then do your homework to be differentiated in the market. So let's have a look. What type of differentiation strategies are we talking about, and how are we going to calculate whether this is going to be a right strategy or not? For instance, we talked about customization and personalization. This is under product and service differentiation. So we say that if we are staying at level 1, So it means we are not offering any type of customization. But if we are hitting at 5, it says fully tailored experience for the customer. You can claim for a level 3, 2, 4, or 5 even. That's all up to you. Remember again, each stage will cost you differently and will contribute to your revenue differently if your audience is ready for such type of innovation or differentiation. Over here, you can easily make an estimation whether it is going to make a 3 to 8% additional cost or more than that, and what type of revenue or customer satisfaction I can achieve. So these are just hints in this book. You can add it, you can remove it, and you can add it as per your own requirements and expectations. Then again, you will have to make it like, is it true? Is it relevant to your customers? Is it provable to them? Can it be copied easily? Can you ensure the uniqueness of this customization? Or is it sustainable? And if yes, what is your strategy to keep it sustainable over a longer period of time? Similarly, we can talk about customer-centric differentiation. Earlier, the differentiation was all about product and service. Now we are going to focus only on customers' points. And that's why we are going to elaborate customer-centric differentiation strategies. Let's have a look what type of strategies are there. For instance, you can talk about exceptional customer support where you can be there at a standard support level or a 24/7 priority support to the customer. So in some cases, your customers may not be expecting or appreciating or giving any value to 24/7 support services. So in that case, that will be meaningless for you. And you will be just adding an extra cost to your business without having a substantial increment in your revenue or your business positioning. So you will have to decide such elements considering your own customers' pain points. What do they want? What if they are offered something extra? How are they going to accept it? How much relatable is it for them? Let's have a look at some other point. Superior customer experience. So it can be basic experience or best in class. You can also talk about customer loyalty and retention, customer engagement, frictionless transactions, speed and convenience. Let's have an example over here. For instance, you are running an insurance company and you think that my customers will be more attracted if I offer them more and more claims or higher percentage can be converted in their claims. Whereas on customers' end, their pain point might be a little different. They might be more interested in a speedy recovery claims rather than a higher percentage of claims. So that's what you need to identify through your customers' interactions and market research. But for instance, if we talk about speed and convenience for an insurance company, how much does it matter to provide them a speedy solution with convenience to them? So if this is their pain point, and they will be happy with you, and there are chances that they will be buying your services frequently and repeatedly, you will have to focus on such type of differentiation where speed and convenience matters. Let's have a look at another major category, which is all about market positioning and brand differentiation. So you can go for strong brand identity, distinct market niche, reputation and authority, exclusive partnerships, geographical advantage, cultural and lifestyle alignment. Similarly, you can talk about pricing and financial differentiation. There could be unique pricing models, there could be cost leadership, there could be value-based pricing, and there could be transparent pricing. For instance, when we talk about value-based pricing, so do you see a sticky note over here? Is your price based on customer willingness to pay rather than cost markup? So you have to understand whether your cost-based pricing is at a very low scale or fully customer perceived value pricing in which you are considering that customer will not buy above than my set price. So that's why I will have to set it according to customer's mindset. And that's how you design your business process to bring that value within that cost to the customer. The next major category is operational and strategic differentiation. Remember, we are not only talking about product innovation, value innovation, customer support services, or pricing. I mean, these are very important constraints, but there are others too, which can make you differentiated and position you very differently in the market. Within operational and strategic differentiation, superior distribution network can be your differentiation, process efficiency and scalability, unfair advantage, vertical integration, disruptive business model, risk reduction for customers. Everything counts for your differentiation strategy. Then again, there is thought leadership and expertise differentiation, in which most of the B2B customers or even B2C customers rely on such things. That if their company is having an authority over a market and they can prove their grip over certain areas, they are treated as very much stronger brand and differentiated one with a superior command over that area. So that could be deep domain expertise, authoritative presence, content-driven thought leadership, proactive innovation, R&D. And the last one is, for instance, you can be a pioneer in offering certain type of services. So that could be your first mover advantage. It could be aggressive marketing and advertising. It could be customer acquisition efficiency, in which your onboarding time for the customer is pretty efficient. Then your competitor weakness exploitation. That's what we already have talked about in our competitive analysis. You can go through all these options, they're working, and you can explore number of differentiation strategies for you. Now you must be confused that how I'm going to apply or study all of these options. So that's not necessary at all. You can choose only one or a couple or maximum 5 for you. It's not necessary for you that you pick all of them and start working on being differentiated from all aspects. You have to see what your customer is looking for, where your competitors are staying, how the market is behaving, which differentiation strategies are actually more relatable and suitable to your business. And then you can go to apply some or many of differentiation strategies for your business. From here, you can also see that you can enter to a blue ocean where there is no competition. You are providing such a hybrid solution in which you are giving SaaS solutions with some advisory, with some regulatory assistance, with some monitoring, with some training. So if your customer can be happy having your assistance and your services, you may be a sole service provider in that particular area to your customers. So for now, we are done with the differentiation strategy. And we hope that you will be going through all of these components, you will study them, you will make an assessment and approximation of the cost and the benefit, the probability, the accuracy, the likelihood of being copied, the sustainable strategies, and every other thing. And then you will be able to decide whether you are going for this differentiation or you are just going to be part of a crowded market in the similar way where your competitors are also playing with your customers. Thank you.